Welcome, I'm glad you're here. Aries, can you feel it? There's something, a subtle tremor in the air around you, like the heartbeat of the universe, slow yet full of power. And if you're here right now, it's no accident. What's coming your way won't arrive one small piece at a time. It's all going to come at once. Love, opportunity, clarity, even the simple joys you thought had slipped away, they are already on their way to you, faster than you think. So how do you recognize that moment before it touches you? Let's begin with the breath of a rare moment. Aries, take a deep breath in. Slow, full, let it fill you all the way down to the bottom of your lungs. Hold it there just for a moment and then slowly let it go. Do you hear it? Not the sound of traffic outside, not the ticking of a clock, but that soft, steady beat in your chest, like a knock coming from within. That knock, it's not random. It's the rhythm of the universe, syncing with your own heartbeat like a secret song meant only for you. I've lived long enough to know moments like this are rare. It's when you feel a quiet wave rising from deep inside, a wave no one else can see, like invisible threads woven carefully together, stitch by stitch, preparing to become a great tapestry. And one day that tapestry will reveal itself before your eyes and you'll whisper, "Ah, so this is where everything has been leading me." Aries, sometimes we get so busy, so loud, we miss the smallest but most important signs. Life's signals don't always arrive like a thunderclap. More often, they come like a soft breeze brushing the curtain or the faint scent of coffee drifting past you, unnoticed. The universe never rushes. It only asks that you pause, breathe, and open your heart enough to realize a door is slowly opening for you. Have you ever found yourself standing at a crossroads, not sure which path leads to the sunrise and which to the dark? And yet, somewhere deep inside, your heart whispers, "Trust." That moment, no one can choose for you. It's where faith, intuition, and courage must hold hands. I know, sometimes believing in what you can't yet see is the hardest thing to do, especially when the voices around you ask, "Are you sure? Do you really think you can?" But it's in those fragile moments that your soul finally has the chance to speak. It doesn't shout. It simply says, "This is your time." Aries, remember this: no moment is ordinary if you truly live inside it. Every day, every breath is a meeting between you and something sacred. And if you're hearing these words now, I believe you're being invited to slow down, to pay closer attention, to see that you are standing at the edge of a turning point. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like everything around you, the conversations you have, the numbers you keep seeing, even the dreams you wake up from, are all speaking the same message? That something, some change is about to happen. If you felt that, share your story. Because when we tell each other about these signs, these moments, we don't just reignite our own faith, we help someone out there find the light they've been looking for. And if you're wondering what these vibrations mean, stay with me. Because sometimes, the moment you notice a single sign, the entire world begins to move in a way you've never seen before. Aries, do you hear it? Not the ring of a phone, not the endless pings from your inbox, but the sound of the world around you shifting its rhythm. A faster beat now, more urgent, as if someone just opened a valve and life itself is rushing through. Lately, have you noticed? More messages coming in. Invitations showing up one after another, and doors, the ones you thought were shut for good, suddenly creaking open with a soft, unexpected click. Not one, not two, but so many you can't help but ask yourself, what is happening? I believe this is the wave of acceleration the universe is sending your way. But Aries, this quickening, it's not here to make you panic. It's not to drag you into some wild, spinning storm. It's here to free you from the stillness you've been stuck in, to let what's been blocked for far too long finally flow, and to remind you, you were never meant to stay in one place for too long. You know, I've seen so many people miss this moment just because they kept staring at their fear. Afraid they won't be fast enough, afraid they're not good enough to receive it, afraid that if they reach for it, it will disappear like foam on the water. But I've also seen the ones whose hearts were still pounding, yet they stepped forward anyway, choosing to flow with it. And those are the ones who found new lands, new chances, and a stronger version of themselves. Aries, when life suddenly speeds up, most people's first instinct is to resist. We try to hold on, like standing in the middle of a rushing river, desperate to stay in place. But you know, water has never stopped just because someone wanted it to slow down. True strength, isn't in fighting the current, but in finding your own rhythm within it. Picture this. You're standing on the edge of a high cliff. Before you, endless sky. The wind so strong you have to narrow your eyes just to see ahead. Part of you is afraid to step forward, but another part, the brave part, the part that's been waiting far too long, smiles and whispers, it's time to fly. In that moment, no one can decide for you. Only you know if your wings are ready. And I want you to think about this. If every opportunity you've ever wanted, ever prayed for, ever dreamed of, all showed up on the same day, which one would you reach for first? Which door would you choose? Your answer will tell you not just what matters most to you, but where your soul truly wants to go. You see, sometimes life doesn't send opportunities one by one, giving you time to prepare. Sometimes it sends them all at once to make you trust your instincts and the growth you've been building all this time. And in that moment, you'll realize there is no wrong step as long as it's chosen with an awakened heart. Because when the 3 doors of destiny all open at once, you'll understand you've been prepared for this for a very long time. And then a rare gift, a clear sign from the universe will appear right before your eyes. Aries, there are moments in life so rare that when they arrive, you remember every detail, the light, the rhythm of your heartbeat, even the sound of your own breath. And today, I want to talk to you about one of those moments. In the world of tarot, it's not easy for 3 aces to appear together in a single reading. But when they do, it's more than just a beautiful sight. It's the whisper of destiny itself. Ace of Cups, like a fresh spring rising from deep within, cool and pure, awakening your heart after a long, dry season. Ace of Swords, a blade of light slicing through the darkness, giving you clarity and the courage to speak, to choose, to cut away what has grown too heavy to carry. An Ace of Pentacles, a golden seed placed gently in the palm of your hand. Solid, full of promise, a chance to build a new foundation for a life that's not only rich in spirit, but steady in the material world. 3 aces, 3 gifts, not here to overwhelm you, but to remind you that you are standing at the golden crossroads of your fate. A moment when the heart, the mind, and the material foundation are all awakened at once. If life were a grand symphony, this would be the instant. When every instrument plays the same note, a harmony so powerful you can feel it through your whole body. I believe this is not luck. This is a reward for the days you stood tall when no one was watching, for the times you chose the harder right over the easier wrong, for every morning you rose and kept walking, no matter how dark the night before had been. The universe has not forgotten, and today it's giving you not just one path, but 3 doors opening to 3 new roads, all shining, all waiting for you to step through. Aries, let yourself feel this moment completely. Let the cool waters of the Ace of Cups wash away the old wounds in your heart. Let the light of the Ace of Swords illuminate the dark corners you once feared to touch, and trust in the weight of the golden seed, the Ace of Pentacles, in your hand, knowing you are worthy of planting it in new, fertile ground, where every dream has the chance to take root. I want to ask you, have you ever felt all 3 of these things at once? Love, clarity, and a real opportunity. If you have, share that story, because it will remind someone out there that such wonders still happen and that they too may touch it someday. Because in the middle of all this powerful flow, when every element aligns, another miracle is quietly drawing near. Love, the purest energy of all, is finding its way to you, soft as the morning breeze, yet deep enough to reach the very core of your heart. Aries, there's a truth we sometimes forget. Love, real love, shouldn't make you feel heavier. It shouldn't force you to hold on for dear life or dim a part of who you truly are just to fit into someone else's frame. Healthy love is like a fire fed by warmth and light. It keeps you safe, it warms you, but it never burns you down. Now I want you to picture this. Somewhere in a quiet morning, someone is making a cup of coffee, and in the soft swirl of rising steam, your image drifts into their mind. No noise, no drama, just a gentle thought enough to make them smile to themselves. You might never know it, but that energy is still finding its way to you, like a tender breeze crossing every distance. Maybe it's someone new, or maybe it's a hand that once held yours, now seeing you with wiser eyes, or maybe it's love that's been right beside you all along, but is now sinking into a deeper place. Because when 2 people grow together, the fire doesn't just burn bright. It begins to spread its warmth, wrapping you both in a space that feels safe and light. I believe love doesn't always arrive like a storm. Sometimes it comes like a winter morning when you pull the blanket closer and feel your heart settle. A nourishing love gives you space to breathe, a place to lean, and a light to see yourself clearly. It won't make you question your worth or shrink yourself down. It will make you bigger in courage, in gratitude, and in trust. Aries, you deserve a love that makes you breathe easier, not harder. You deserve someone who doesn't just notice what you do, but sees the silence in you, understands the words you've never spoken. Real love will never ask you to dim your brightest light. It will stand there, watching you shine and smile, knowing your light doesn't just make you beautiful, it warms the whole world around you. So, I want to invite you to think about this. If you had to describe a love that nourishes instead of drains, what words would you use? Maybe safe, be free, maybe understood, or maybe peace, that rare kind of peace that feels like you've finally come home. Share your words, because somewhere someone will hear them and start to wonder, am I in that kind of love? Sometimes one story, one definition spoken out loud is enough for someone to realize they deserve more than they've been given. And to truly open your heart to a love like that, you may have to do something that feels almost backwards. You may have to set down the burdens you've carried for far too long. Aries, if I could paint a picture of you in these past months, I'd see a resilient figure walking under a sky full of stars, carrying a heavy bundle of wood across your shoulders. Every piece of wood a responsibility, a promise, an expectation, and even some you never chose, yet still held on to, because you thought you had to. You've carried this weight for so long, not just to keep yourself standing, but to hold up the people around you. You smile and say, I'm fine, even when your hands tremble from exhaustion. You say, I can do it, even when your heart quietly pleads for a moment to breathe. And I understand, Aries, because people like you often believe that love means carrying for others, enduring in silence, walking all the way to the finish line no matter the cost. But today, I want you to hear this clearly. Courage is not only found in enduring. True courage is knowing when to stop, to set the weight down and say, enough. Not because you are weak, but because you have been strong long enough. And now, it's time to use that strength to live for yourself. You realize when you keep holding on to what's not truly yours, you slow your own life down, like someone with a backpack full of stones. No matter how beautiful the road ahead, you no longer have the strength to look up and see it. And here's the strange thing. Sometimes, just by removing a few of those stones, your steps feel lighter and the sky suddenly seems higher. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is to put the burden down, not all of it, but at least the things that no longer carry meaning. Loving others never means forgetting yourself. Your heart needs care too. Your back deserves to rest. And your eyes, they deserve to see the light without being clouded by endless worries. So think about this. If right now you could let go of one thing, maybe an old habit, a responsibility that no longer fits, or a thought that keeps you heavy, what would it be? Share it, because the moment you speak it out loud, you take your first step toward freedom. And maybe, just maybe, your story will inspire someone out there to finally lighten their own load. Aries, you weren't born to be a machine that only carries. You were born to live, to feel the wind on your face, to hear laughter echo in your chest, to walk your own road without being pulled back by invisible chains. And when you finally lighten the weight, you'll see the universe has been right there beside you all along, waiting for the moment you were ready. When that moment comes, new doors will open, not just because you've traveled far enough, but because at last you are free enough to walk through them. Aries, if you get quiet for a moment, turn off all the noise around you and listen with your whole heart, you'll realize you have never truly walked alone. There are unseen footsteps moving right beside you, sometimes on your left, sometimes just behind you, and sometimes it's the warm pressure on your shoulder, as if someone is gently placing a hand there, whispering, keep going, you're on the right path. I believe we all have guides. They could be our ancestors, those who walked before us and left us their strength. They could be spirit guides we've never met, or energies from a world our eyes can't see. They're not here to do the work for you. They're here to remind you that even on the darkest road, you still have a light to follow. Aries, what you've given away will find a way back to you. But here's the miracle, it doesn't always come from the place you sent it. You may have helped one person, yet the return comes through another door, from a stranger or from an opportunity you never saw coming. The universe has its own way of keeping accounts fair but not linear, and that's what makes every gift that returns a sweet surprise. When you trust in that sacred fairness, you stop wanting to hold on so tightly to bitterness. You let go not because forgiveness is easy, but because you know holding on to pain keeps your hands too full to receive what's next. A heart that stays open will always receive more than one locked away for protection. Think about the times you kept seeing the same number over and over, or someone said the exact words you needed to hear, or a song played right at the moment your heart needed to slow down. That's not random. Those are signs, little notes the universe sends, just to say we're still here, we see you, and you have not been abandoned. Aries, I want you to share something. A sign, a moment, a message you believe was from the universe. Maybe it was a dream, maybe it was a chance meeting, or maybe it was a feeling so deep you couldn't ignore it. When we speak these things out loud, we connect the invisible threads between hearts that believe in beauty, and you know what? Every protection, every whisper, every unexpected gift is quietly rearranging the pieces of your life, bringing you closer to a rare and perfect moment when every door opens at once, and you don't just see the path ahead. You know in your bones you're ready to walk through it. Aries, there are moments in life when everything suddenly seems to gather into one single point. No warning, no familiar sequence, but when it arrives, you just know. One morning you wake up and realize the doors you once knocked on, the roads you once walked, the prayers you once sent out are all opening at the very same time. New opportunities call you forward. A glance or the light touch of a hand awakens the quiet warmth of love inside you. Finances and work suddenly become clear, as if someone just pulled away the fog. And in the middle of all that movement, you still find joy in the simplest things. A hot cup of tea, a golden afternoon sun, or laughter echoing somewhere in your home. I've lived long enough to know this is a rare alignment of every part of life, a kind of blessing not everyone will experience. It's not just the result of effort. It's the moment when the universe aligns in your favor so that everything touches everything else, like scattered puzzle pieces suddenly locking into place, forming a picture you've waited your whole life to see. But Aries, there's something I need to remind you. When everything arrives at once, it's so easy to get swept up in the rush of joy and success. You may want to hold it all at the same time, afraid that if you let go, something will slip away. The truth is, if you can choose first what truly nourishes your soul, everything else will find its own way to harmonize. That choice could be time with someone you love, a quiet moment just for yourself, protecting your peace of mind, even while the outside world calls you with 1,000 voices. Because when your soul is full, you have the strength to love, to create, to welcome everything that's flowing into your life. And when that moment comes, you won't see chaos, you'll see destiny. You'll understand that every challenge, every day of waiting, every small step has been leading you right here. So I want you to imagine this. If everything you've ever wished for, love, career, health, peace, all showed up tomorrow, what would you do first? Who would you hold? What would you give thanks for? Share that answer, because when you speak it out loud, you open the door for that moment to find you even sooner. Thank you for spending this time with me. And Aries, may you have the courage to welcome everything good that's coming your way, and to live every moment fully.